Not much better as far as Philadelphia sports on a Tuesday evening. Not many better nights that I can remember. That's for damn sure. Last night, Harper, 3 bombs, breaking out of an 0 for 11 slump to start the season. Some people were panicking. I was not one of them. And of course, the return of Joel Embiid. So we got a plethora of items to choose from to open up this bad boy today. It's the Daily Ticket, Sean Bray solo, and a fun damn show. Let's go. Harper, kick things off. Woo-wee. Now, we were live for the 76ers in Oklahoma City, the return of Joel Embiid inside our Dunkin' Lounge yesterday, and it was our first one. So immediately talking about what we did right, what we didn't do right last night, this morning when we were discussing some of the things we liked, I said, all right, first and foremost, if there's other games going on, we need it. We need it. Nobody, well, Luke did, because Luke was the only one watching the Phillies out here by himself. Everybody else was inside the room talking about wrestling and, of course, reminiscing about the old days, talking ECW, AEW, NWO, WWF, WWE. Did I miss any other 3-letter leagues out there or wrestling federations? I don't know. But it was an awesome time, and I can't thank the guys for coming through enough last night, and we'll have more of those coming up. But I said, first and foremost, that we need to have a second screen out there for the people, a second screen so we can keep up with everything that's happening in the world of Philadelphia sports. As last night we had the Phillies and Reds, a nice win by the Phillies, and, of course, the 76ers. Wow. Things have changed, snapping of fingers for me. Has it for you? Oh, thank you. First of all, I want to give credit to Scott Fransky, Phillies Radio Network, and, of course, that was the 76ers Radio Network right there on the call, Tom McGinnis. So Sixers with a win, 6 games left in the regular season. And none of it matters because it all comes down to one thing and one thing only. It's the health of Joel Embiid / conditioning, right? And I asked Sean Barnard, who's going to join us coming up here at 3:30, talking all things NBA. It's just, how should we view this right now? Because I understand if you're one of these people out here that just say, we've been there, done that. I'm not going to put myself through it at this point in time of the season. 6 games left. They're going to have to get to the play-in. There's no guarantees there. If they finish with forgive me. So it would be 9, 10, 7, 8. You can understand where I'm going to go. It could be a home game and then a road game to advance to make the playoffs, to be able to have the opportunity to play in a series against whoever it may be at that point in time. So, I understand the reluctance for a lot of Sixer fans out there to say, not this year. But I do understand it on the other side that we are so complete sick in the head that, hey, Joel Embiid's back. This team is ready to go here. This team is ready to go. Oh, that's great. And none of those sounds came out over the airwaves? Maybe over the stream. I know it went over the airwaves. Thank you, Beef. I know it went over the airwaves, but something's wrong with our stream in here. Always something in this wonderful place. But we'll figure out if we can get those gremlins in the system. Anyways, bottom line is this: Joel Embiid is back, and I don't have anything negative to say about anybody that says it's not this year. It's not going to happen this year. But Joel Embiid still, like, look at the box score from last night. And trusting it with your eyes, how sluggish and out of shape he was in. And look how dominant he still was. Just spread out throughout the course of the box score. Just take a look. Perfect from the free throw line. Not the best from the field. I think 6 of 14. Right? Bunch of assists. Couple rebounds. Couple blocks. Couple fouls. 0 for 3 from downtown. He didn't have his legs underneath him. That was 60. That was 70% of Joel Embiid. So the big part of what I'm trying to get to here is if this man is able to, over the next 6 games, fully get his legs underneath him, get that basketball shape, look out. Look out. It's got to be like, if they were going up against the Miami Heat, if they're going up against Giannis and the Milwaukee Bucks, if Joel Embiid could return to 95% basketball shape, he's the best player on that floor. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this team can go on a run. I got a ton of Sixer stock in my pocket. I hope they can, but I'm not so much believing in this team as a whole rather than Joel Embiid's health, but that's more for another day. Kelly Oubre showed up last night, played well. We've been down this path with Tobias Harris. You can't expect anything from him. Somebody had a funny ass saying yesterday in the stream where Tobias is like that little brother where you got to bring him along everywhere and give him the controller when you're playing and, there's no batteries in there. We got 6 games left in the regular season for Tobias Harris and his contract. I hope the Sixers do not renew him. Let him go. It's time for something new with that money, with that position. I'm out on Tobias Harris, and I don't know too many people that are in except for his family members and maybe Daryl Morey, who ultimately kept him around. However, they won. So it's not time to sit here and be negative. Team's got an opportunity to possibly, they're still in the running. I think it's up to 8% right now, still in the running to get that 6 seed. If they get the 6 seed, I don't want to hear anything. So then they get a full week off. So you get JoJo back for 6 games, 7 games. He gets acclimated, gets conditioned, gets ready to go. And then you take that week off, and now we're actually cooking with some gas here. I know the Celtics are there. I understand that the Celtics are at the top of everybody's mind, and they should be. But it all comes down to the big man's health. And right now, I'm not concerned about that knee. To me, it's all 100% coming down to conditioning. So this could very well be over the next week or so here to complete these final games of the regular season. This very well could be, believe it or not, the most healthy we've seen Joel Embiid enter a playoff run. Could very well be. Now, the joke was all these years, if you've listened to this show since 2019, 2020, 2021, hell, even last year I was saying it. I would love to have Joel Embiid take 2 months off and bring him back for the start of the regular season. It happened. Here we are. We're going to learn a lot over these next 6 days, 6 games. All right, on today's show, as I said, Sean Barnard's going to join us coming up at 3:35. We'll talk all things Sixers and NBA with Sean Barnard. Bryce Harper with an amazing night at the Dish. 3 home runs, breaking out of that 0 for 11 slump, and the Phillies found a way to win a game, back-to-back games here. So I think cooler heads are prevailing at this point in time. It's great to see Harper happy at the Dish. A lot of fun faces. A shout out to anybody that stayed at that game yesterday, hung around in that weather. I have tickets to today. It was the first businessman special. I thought it'd be nice to go down there with Luke or Jansen or whatever, somebody from the team here. 1 o'clock. I expected it to be cold as it's April 3rd. I just, you're not getting tickets and thinking, oh, it's going to be wet and dreary and nasty and windy. That's exactly what it is. And the Phillies are pushing this game back, and I think it's ridiculous. I really do. I do. Even if I have tickets, even if I did not have tickets to tonight's game, I'm still singing the same tune. It's absurd that we are going to attempt to play this game. This game was originally scheduled for 1 o'clock. You're like, we're going to start it at 4 o'clock. They announced it yesterday. You got no shot at starting that at 4 o'clock. It's disgusting outside. And even if so, really? That's baseball weather? That's baseball weather outside? Come on, man. Just postpone the game. They're putting out reports. I got an email that said they will. It's still going to be an attempt to play baseball. Could very well start this game at 7 o'clock. How is that fair? How is that right? And I get it. Comes down to Major League Baseball to make that call, not the Phillies, if I'm not mistaken. So I saw the Mets canceled. I saw the Nationals canceled. All right, we're right smack dab in the middle of the two. You telling me that the Doppler is telling you that all this green is just going to go south or west or east or north and just completely miss us? I think it's very unfair to people that have tickets today. I get it. When you buy a ticket on April the 3rd, you know what's coming. Could very well be bad weather. I just don't think it's right for the teams or the league to make fans sit out there in those conditions. I am mentally, I said, okay, you want to go at 6 o'clock? I'll go down at 6 o'clock after the show. I got no issues there. But walking outside, it's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. All right. A lot to discuss. I do want to point this out, though. We are rolling in our WrestleMania coverage. Yes, finally. WrestleMania will be coming this weekend to Lincoln Financial Field. Yesterday, we had our Slam Dunks and Body Slams watch party where I had Jansen. I painted faces last night. Painted Jansen's face like Sting, the Wolfpack Sting. I painted Beef, who's checking in as Hawk from Legion of Doom. And then I painted Sean Bernard's face as the Warrior. I have zero artistic ability. I love music. I love, all genres. I would love to be able to actually play music, but I cannot. My brother got every bit of artistic ability and musical ability. I got zero. I was able to play sports somewhat. I got zero of that. So here I am shaking as I'm trying to paint a face. And it's just like, now they're all worried because I painted their face with like kids washable paint that like my daughter has on her hands all day. Jansen's like, you're not supposed to paint my face with this. I'm going to break out. It's kids paint. They'll wash right off. Relax. No, the boys, they had some fun. So it was a great time last night. Hopefully you're able to check that out in the stream. We will be doing a lot more from the Duncan Lounge. I loved it. I loved the look of it. I loved the feel of it. I loved how it sounded. We did have a couple, odds and ends we got to work through for our first stream inside the Duncan Lounge. But I'll tell you what, I think we hit a home run with that one. That's for damn sure. Like a Bryce Harper. I'm not going to even play. It's just, are you kidding me right now? None of this is going through. How is that possible? Beef, if you're watching right now, you're not hearing the Rock intro right now? Anybody watching, let me know if you're hearing the intro on the stream, on the StreamYard. That's just absurd. We share studios in this place. I come walking in, all these buttons are hit. Like who? I don't even know who uses this studio half the time. All these pots are up. These buttons are hit. Like nobody gives a damn. Just put it back the way it was. If you start changing things, and you get me in here, like I don't know. You should see this thing. I got more lights flashing at me. It's like I'm landing a plane here. Anyways, enough crying from me. As I said, Sean Bernard on the other side, all things NBA, Sixers, Joel Embiid is back. Where are you at? Where are you at right now as far as mentally just diving in deep, thinking this team can go on a little bit of a run here? Are you going to enjoy the moment? Are you already miserable? Where are you at with all things Sixers and the return of Joel Embiid last night? As I said, Sean Bernard on the other side, Ric Flair talking about the Green Legion tailgate going down this weekend at WrestleMania. Xfinity Live is where you will be able to catch all things Green Legion. And, of course, Quimby and company, they will be live as well. And let me go ahead and pull that up just as far as all the details. GreenLegion.com to get your tickets, still available. And nobody does a tailgate like Green Legion. So do yourself a favor if you want to go party with Flair and you're heading down to WrestleMania. It's a great deal. Top shelf, open bar, food, Ric Flair in the house, plus other people. And you're right there in the heart of it all. And you'll hear a live broadcast from Quimby and company, Green Legion Radio, live from the tailgate. I'm pretty sure Mark Henry Jr. is going to be down there. I think Jansen's going to be down there. Slash is going to be down there. So we're going to be representing. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hell, I might even be there on Saturday. I got to pick up my credential. I need to get my WrestleMania credential. I need to get it. And I think I'm going to go down on Saturday and scoop that bad boy up and go to WrestleMania on Saturday. Catch the opening festivities, all that. Sunday, though, Jason Solomon joined us yesterday. He's a diehard WWE podcaster, does a great job. He's coming in live tomorrow to interview Mark Henry. I'll tell you what, he got the juices going for me because he said there's a possibility that you can get some of the best rolling in on Sunday, some old school people like Stone Cold, stuff like that. So maybe I might have to make it down there on Sunday other than Saturday. But plenty to discuss with the one and only Mr. Ric Flair at 4 o'clock. Phillies, Luke Arcaini, 4:30. And then we get into our WrestleMania programming for the week. Roy Burton at 5 o'clock. He's got some interviews coming up, talking all things WWE and, of course, WrestleMania. And then at 6 o'clock, bang, bang! Shooters Radio, Nick Picone, Vaughn Johnson. Nobody does it better than those two. Coming your way from 6 to 9 p.m. right here on The Wrestler. Don't go anywhere. Other side, Sean Barnard talking about the return of Joel Embiid. Back after this.